everyone. Welcome to another episode of WYTPod, the online community for e-commerce entrepreneurs and business owners. And today, we have the founder at Gina's Jewels as our guest, and her name is Jinagna Shah. Jinagna, thank you for joining us today. It's a real pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much for having me, Mark.
Sure thing. So I think we can maybe just briefly jump in, and if you wouldn't mind, you can just share a little bit of your background so our viewers can know you a little bit better.
Yeah, so my background is I'm a commerce graduate actually, and my husband got transferred and we happened to move to Surat, the city called, it's called the Diamond City. And we happened to move there, and there I learned about this diamond graduation program and jewelry designing program. And I always wanted to do something with the arts, with the creativity. So I joined the school and I studied. And when I studied, I realized that this is my passion and this is what I want to do. And I kept studying, and I joined a biggest institute, Tanish, the brand called Tanish, which is a Tata product.
I know Tanish very well, yep.
Yes. So I joined Tanish and I kept upgrading myself, and I kept upgrading in terms of knowledge, in terms of understanding market, understanding ticket size, understanding business. And while growing through, I realized that I want to learn about gemstones now. This is a time where I need to get into gemstone. And then we happened to move to US, and there I joined Gemological Institute of America, GIA, world-renowned institute for learning gemology. And I did my jewelry arts there. I did my gemology there. And I felt like more and more welcoming in the industry, working in New York, which is land of opportunity. I worked with several big brands there, and I worked as a senior gemologist in the Real, which is very famous and founded by women again. And it gave me even more hands-on experience on how to do valuation, how to do appraising, and how to work with a vintage product. So that motivated me to do jewelry historian program from Christie School of Education. There again, I excelled and I became jewelry historian. And then we happened to move to Canada. And yeah, I felt now this is a time where I should start my own label, my own line. And I wanted to design the jewelry which everybody can afford. I don't want to ever say to anyone that, oh, diamond is out of my pocket or gemstones is out of my pocket size. I wanted to become such a designer, and that is still our vision, that is still Gina's vision, that we want to design for every millennials, every person. We don't want to say no to anyone. So we try to fit in the budget, and we try to design in such a way. So this is all coming from the experience in my background, and this is what has become our vision for the future.
Wow, that was really well said. And you know what I was thinking of when you said that is that you bring class to the masses.
Yeah.
You can use that if you want. I don't have a copyright or anything, so if you want.
I'm definitely going to use that line.
Not bad,
class
right?
of mass. Yes, absolutely. Why not, right? Everybody deserves to wear class.
Yeah, and I really like that. I don't know, my parents, my dad was actually a lapidarist. He wasn't a professional. He was an amateur lapidarist, but it was really fascinating. So he had the lapidary wheel, and he would cut the stones and all that. And I don't know, I'm feeling nostalgic since you're talking this way, because he bought his wife a huge champagne diamond. So it was champagne and had occlusions and stuff. It wasn't perfect, but it was gigantic and it was super cool looking. And I think they had the same attitude towards jewelry that you have. So that resonates with me.
I'm a big admirer for the lapidary artist, like when we talk about lapidary artists, like Colin Shu he is a god for us, and
Sure.
yeah. Oh, wow. Wonderful. That's good to know.
Cool. So my next question was going to be, like what inspired you to get into the jewelry business? But I think you already covered that one very eloquently. So we can skip over that one. Excuse me. So let's get on to the next one. You know, a lot of people seem to think that it's very easy to start an e-commerce business. You know, you just gather some stock, you take some pictures, you put it on the website, and you're making sales. But we know it's not that simple, right? So can you share some of the challenges that you faced getting started and how you overcame them?
Uh, well, I would like to correct that overcame, because you will never overcome with the challenges of e-commerce. That is something which is always ongoing with new challenges. We started to launch our e-commerce at the time of COVID, where nobody felt to visit anyone, right? And that's where the need came that we should have a website with e-commerce. Earlier, we used to have website, but it was not e-commerce. Now, when we did an e-commerce website, we realized the challenges like, you know, someone can easily screenshot your image or download your image. The hard work which you have kept on the web, on the designing, on creation, that can be easily copied. So
Yeah.
we had to learn the process of laminating our products that no one can easily copy it. Secondary, when you are virtually there, we have learned that a user, you are driving towards your website, spends maximum 2 to 3 minutes on your website. So 3 minutes, you have only got 3 minutes to impress a visitor on your website. So that 3 minute
Correct.
task is a very tough task. That's why it's always better to keep your website user friendly. Do not put too many offers or posters or pictures. It should be like a quick experience for them that anybody can come into the website and get through it within 5 to 7 minutes, and they can get a little bit of a wow experience. Third thing, be very specific. So that was the challenges which we learned throughout the process, that oh my god, we are missing out, that we did not post enough information, that when customer calls us, oh, can you give us a little bit more elaborated idea about this product, and if we delay answering the customer, we are losing the business, right? So
Yep.
we learned that we have to be very specific when we are posting a jewelry picture. Third thing, the picture should be neat, clean, pixelite. It should be in the similar size to maintain the adequacy of the website background. So yeah, there are a lot of things. It's not just taking a picture and post it on website and put a price line. No, there's a lot of background work goes behind creating a successful e-commerce website.
Absolutely. And a lot of people find out the hard way, you know, when they get started. So everyone should really know what they're getting into when they start a business like this. So I think this will be really valuable information for our community. Now, what would you say separates
I'm
your
sorry, yeah.
jewelry? No, that's fine. What would you say separates your jewelry from the competition's?
Oh, wow, that's a wonderful question. And I would love to answer that in this way, that we are very competitive in terms of our pricing. Since we have our own workshop, we are not giving our job work, right? That is first thing. Second thing, we are trying to minimalizing our cost by giving them the best services, and we try to explain our customers that instead of putting a lot of money on just a gold jewelry, let's invest a little bit on a gemstones. So likewise, we are minimizing the price for the gold, and we are minimizing the final outcome of the cost, which we call MSRP, the market selling retail price, which we are minimizing by that. That is the second thing. Third, a person, when they see the designs on our website, they always think, oh, Gina is very expensive. But when they actually see the breakup of the pricing, they feel like, no, we can definitely wear it and we can definitely pursue her design. So we are trying to give best of the best classic designs, vintage designs, and the concepts to our customers with a minimum cost possible. And we try to do our purchasing in terms of like diamond purchasing, in terms of laboring. We try to minimize the cost as much as possible so that we can give that benefit to our end users.
Fantastic. And I suppose good jewelry holds its value very well, especially diamonds, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what's your best-selling item?
My best-selling items are all my curated category, which is with the gemstones and diamonds. That is my top selling products. My birthstone, Gina's Jewels is unique designing in the birthstone jewelry. And yes, Indian style jewelry is one of our USP as well.
So I was born in June. Is my birthstone Alexandrite? Is that correct?
Yes. So the I think May is emerald, July is ruby, June is Alexandrite. Yes, I guess so. I'm not sure about it. I need to check.
I think it's pearl also, but it's also Alexandrite.
Pearl, yes. Yes, June is a pearl. Alexandrite is a basically color change gemstone, right?
Yeah.
So it changes the color, and Alexandrites are very rare now. They are very rare. So
yeah,
pearl is an option for the June bond. But yeah, if you want to go with Alexandrite,
I want Alexandrite. Yeah. All right.
why not?
It's a little harder to find, right? Okay.
It is rare, yes.
Apart from your best-selling items, what's your personal favorite?
My personal favorite? Oh, yeah. It's our black and white collection. I really feel that nowadays, you know, when we talk about females, it's not like just a touch of feminine. We come up very strong, right? And that's why I feel that, and we are very pure. Women are very pure. So I feel like, you know, touch of black and white adds all your mood swings and add all your you know, the strength in your, I feel jewelry is not just a style statements, it also represent who you are, you know. So when as a designer, when I'm designing something for someone, I want to even understand that person, and on basis of that I do designing. So for me, I think black and white collection is my most favorite collection.
Okay, cool. So you do a lot of bespoke jewelry, like custom made jewelry?
Yes. 80% of our jewelry is bespoke.
Wow, it must be really satisfying when you make something for a customer and they're happy with it. I guess that must be gratifying, right?
Yes, because, you know, they are with us throughout the process, starting from the sketch till the final output. Right. They have seen their jewelry progressing well. So then emotional connect, which they feel with their product, is completely different when they pick something from the ready inventory. It's my personal experience. I feel it when they talk about it, and when they see that piece coming exactly the way they pursued it. It's a wonderful to see that happiness on their face.
Sure. And they'll think about that every time they wear it, I guess. It's good times for them.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. Yes.
All right. What's your core market? Who are your customers typically?
Yes, of course, Indian communities. Now the designer concept is coming quite well in Indian community as well. But apart from Indian, I do design for a lot of French. I design for a lot of Chinese, and we design for a lot of Middle Eastern people as well, you know. So sure. Everybody has a different taste. And being able to design for this multicultural people, I even see that there is French community. They sometimes ask, oh, can you design something for me which is like which has an Indian patch to it, you know. And Indian, they want to try something like a azure enamel, which is a properly French community, you know. French people, they wear azure enamels. So I see a lot of exchanging happening when you show them a different cultured products. Sure. Yeah, so
yeah, that's nice. You're broadening horizons.
Exactly. Yeah, I design for a lot of whites too, like a lot of Americans as well.
Sure. Make people feel international. That's nice. Now, one of the biggest challenges that e-commerce entrepreneurs have is marketing. Because even if you have the best jewelry in the world, then it doesn't matter if nobody knows about it. So how do you drive potential customers to your website right now?
Okay. So when we decided to have a website, before that, 6 months prior, we started digital marketing. That is something which is driving force towards your website. And when we say digital marketing, don't just keep hampering with your products. No, It has to be a value addition. Someone don't want to come to your website or don't want to read your blogs only about your products, only when you're talking about yourself or talking about your products. No, what we do is we are just doing 2 to 3 product lines, but apart from that, we are doing a lot of knowledge sharing blogs, like blogs
Right.
on gemstones, blogs on birthstones, blogs on how to purchase gemstones, how to purchase diamonds. We do this kind of lot of knowledge sharing activity, and then in the end we give a backlink that if you want to know more about it, click here, and that will drive through our website, right? So that's how the readers are going through our website, they are reading the blog, and when they read a blog, there's another backlink which drives them towards that particular stone's gemstone page. So these all are the very background thing which we do, and our motto is not just to drive people to our website and see it. Our motto is to even educate them. So always mix your e-commerce website. There are a lot of there are countless e-commerce website on the Google, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so it is very important for you to mark your presence in a different way, in a different format. So we have a business strategist who work for us and who guide us through that. This is how we should do it. We are present on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, and Google. Yes, Google business page. That is something which I would highly recommend to everyone, that please register your business at Google Business and upload your products, upload your blogs there. And when you get verified by Google, people have a little bit more trust in you. So
100%.
this is how, yeah, so this is how we drive through people. And this is how we have got a lot of new customers as well.
Great advice. Sounds like you're pretty well versed in the digital marketing game. Good to hear that.
Well, I feel the future is metaverse. So right now we are creating a virtual reality store wherein a person can just wear a VR and they can just browse sitting at their home. They can browse through my entire store and they can click it, they can wear it, they can see it. So we are completely getting into metaverse platform. So by next year, by this time, we will be launched with metaverse, with a virtual reality.
Sensational. Yeah. Sensational.
It's a revolutionary, actually.
You shared so much good stuff already, but finally, Jinagna, are there any pearls of wisdom that you'd like to pass along to any entrepreneurs who are just starting out in the e-commerce game?
Well, you know your game. Before you start, know your competitors, know your market presence, at how you want to launch yourself, how you want to present yourself in front of viewers, whether it's 1 or it's 100, because 1 will convert into tens and then hundreds and then thousands. Your quality should not go beyond certain limit. Your presence should not go beyond certain limits, and be there in providing best services, and try to stand different. Try to think out of box when you're talking about e-commerce, right? As it's a virtuality. Now it's nothing physical. You're talking about the virtual. So you don't know your competitor, you don't know their face, but you know what are they doing. So be on your game. Learn about your competitors, learn about your market, and try to give best to your customers, whether it's 1, whether it's 10, or whether it's 100. Try to give best to your customers, and digital marketing is a tool. And I would say offer new things, offer new things and offer best services, and try to win trust of your clients and be on it. Winning trust is easy, but being on it is a little bit tough when it comes to e-commerce. So be on it. And don't overcome it, please. That is my personal experience. Don't overcome it. Try to do your best and be on your commitments.
Sensational, very well spoken. And I know that's going to help a lot of our viewers. So thank you again for spending the time with us today. It was great meeting you, a pleasure speaking with you. And I wish you all the continued success in the world. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Mark. I highly appreciate your time and having me on your podcast.
Okay, take care of yourself.
You too.